It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. She off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary.
That is me just calculating the last time Kalu returned back to Nigeria, and it is pretty much like as we predicted that he is Buhari Pro Max. Now he is going to be visiting Nigeria, so this time around is away.
Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one.
Share this broadcast.
Àní ẹ̀sùn Raki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn Raki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn Raki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí ìfẹ́.
As Kalu ran away from his court, I won't say trial, from the tribunal, and is jetted away from Nigeria And a lot of people are still wondering what is going on. Even the one, the breeding, the lifeless mannequin, Buhari, that one don't chop coronation or coronation cake in London. And the coronation cake, the sugar, probably have ruined his teeth. Now he had to stay back in London to fix his teeth before going back to Nigeria. Laija?
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Ayé ẹ̀sùn rájò. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Ayé ẹ̀sùn rájò. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ó ti dé sí yín lọ́rùn. Ẹ̀yin wèrè adọ́rùn mọ́tọ́. Majority of you suffer head, suffering and smiling suffer heads. Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the crumb eater, crumb chaser, ass lickers, all risers, and the rest of you, Adorumo Toniyi Mototideo. Now listen to this. Sometimes, you might think, right, the reactions of APC, whenever they are they call them gerontocrats. They are gerontocrats. They are kleptomaniac criminal leaders. When you see them come around to defend them, sometimes, from my own experience, these people, they need somewhere to let out their frustration. In most cases, they are in worse places than you can even imagine. And I will explain that to you, all of you tonight. Sometimes when you think that those who are trying to shut you down, shut you up, from talking about the failure of APC, you might think is because they are living in their own dystopia world, whatever, a sort of a reality that is different from the rest. No, they are among the most miserable people in Nigeria, and I will explain to you. Everywhere you see Tinubu supporter, anybody who claim to be an Agbadomite, humbled slaves, sophisticated moron, a Mumumadu, a Bele lecturer, a Mumu lecturer, maybe it is Buhari Dane, the Buhari the Derins, the Buhari the Notus, the Buhari the Jatus, the Buhari Shukus, and the rest of the Cybarbarians, their clan entirely. I learned something when Buhari became a vegetable. Apart from all of them investing whatever hopeless lives they have, as hope in Buhari is like gambling with everything you have. In a place where you are so miserable, and somebody like Buhari is somebody who encouraged you that he will change Nigeria, and you believed him, then you invested everything, you cut ties with your friends, you fought almost everyone. At the end of the day, Buhari failed all of them. You know what happened? Every time Buhari traveled at the time, if he stayed longer than 2-3 days, they will begin to panic. You know why? Because they don't want their enemies to shame them. After waiting for Buhari, after fighting for Buhari, after everybody abused them, that's always their stand, okay? The reason why they will stand to the end is misery. It's actually a life of misery. Listen to this. Every time Buhari traveled, they are secretly praying that he should come back alive. They will tell you he's traveling to go and visit the queen. He's traveling to go and visit so and so. But they know that behind the scene, Buhari is a guinea pig in the hand of Oyibo, Arabo, America, everywhere where Dr. Day. Now, so then they slice him, open this today, open that tomorrow, and he was sick all through. And Nigeria is a reflection of that. A failed country, courtesy of APC. So when you see them come around, you're enemy of Buhari. Are you not the one that said he is dead? Are you not the one praying that he is dead? Because for 8 years, their secret prayer was that may something shall not happen to Buhari. May something shall happen that will make them feel justified why they followed Buhari. But there was none. So the only thing they have left is that God has shamed Buhari's enemy. They thought he would die. He didn't die. Now they are transferring that to Tinubu now. I mean, what kind of life is that? A life of misery, a miserable life, a life of hopelessness, whereby you only live for the fact that your enemies, according to you, your imaginary enemies, my enemies will not shame me. Asiwaju will succeed. 8 years, you wearies, and you weary for 8 years. Now, so prayer warriors will not turn to on social media. God will let Buhari succeed and shame his enemies. Who are Buhari's enemies? Nigerians who have rejected the failure. And they have actually shown and put their feet on ground and say, no. Those are the enemies, the APC. Nigerians are their enemies. Nigerians that have rejected poverty, rejected corruption, rejected police brutality. The young people that even gave their lives in asking for good protection, at least the real citizenship, which is theirs. They were shot and killed because they were called enemies. APC. Are you not the ones praying that he should die? Are you not the one that is praying that Buhari will die? Because that was the only thing left. Buhari met Naira at 190 Naira to $1. Today, $1 to a Naira under this Olori Burukuso, Alai Lojuti, shameless people. Although they say you can't shame the shameless, these are Shiri Olori Burukuso on you, yeah? Under them, from 190 Naira to $1, it jumped to 780 Naira to $1. Under them, the same them who said subsidy was a scam, subsidy was a fraud, it was corruption. That was when Nigeria was paying 200 billion, 400 billion a year on subsidy. This only Ajibulis, they have been paying trillions every year. This particular year, they are paying 4 trillion for subsidy. Guess what? When Nigeria was paying 200 billion for subsidy, a liter of petroleum in Nigeria was 87 Naira. When this only, Akpanijaye people say Congress, when they came in, subsidy jumped to 1.2 trillion, 1.4 trillion, 1.5 trillion. And guess what? A liter of petrol also jumped up too. Under this result, Nigeria debt, when these OLEs came in, Nigeria debt was put at 13 trillion Naira. Today, Nigeria debt is over 80 trillion Naira. In fact, it got to a stage they started printing money. They will print money. They will share the money. Because Nigeria was no longer making money from crude oil. Why? Suddenly, oil bunkers, people who are stealing crude oil in Nigeria, they are now making more crude oil every day than Nigeria that is producing the oil, and they are undetected. For 7.5 years, Nigeria lost 700,000 barrels of crude oil every day to those who are stealing crude oil in Niger Delta. But guess what? Nigeria is also paying 4 billion. This only this apanyon yo. Nigeria APC Egbekegbe is paying 4 billion to militants to be protecting pipeline that is taking crude oil out of Niger Delta. These people, unemployment in Nigeria was put back then. They said the people unemployed in Nigeria officially, they put them at, I think they said about 7%, single digit, 7% unemployment. Today, they now have over 48% official unemployment, 48% people unemployed. We are talking about 80 million people unemployed. Nigeria jumped from, the poverty. They said that Nigeria is suffering from something poverty. I don't forget. Because in the last 8 years, APC, they dumped more Nigerians in poverty. Now they are now hovering around 70% of Nigeria are living in multi-dimensional poverty. They can't feed, right? They have no light. They have no water. They have no road. They have terrorism. Name it. Everything escalated under these criminals. But guess what? Shebi Buhari is alive. God has shamed you. I told you Buhari go do 80 years. Of course he can do 80 years. I mean, maybe that will actually make it faster. Shebi now 160, 140, 150, 160 million of you have finally fallen into poverty, Abi. But you know why? You actually know why. When they were talking about fighting corruption, now under these criminals, I realized that return loot can also be relooted. Let me give you an example. People where they fight corruption. Yeah? Abacha loot too. That became so much like every time Nigeria was broke because of these criminals. I'm coming to Abacha loot. When these criminals came in, the balance in the Nigeria, the one that they call it foreign account, Nigeria foreign account, be foreign reserve, where Nigeria is saving money to show that, it's like having money in your credit accounts, to improve your credit. So now, if you want to borrow money, when they look at your balance, they can probably offer you based on your credits. Nigeria has a foreign reserve where the other countries all over the world, they are saving as much as 500 billion, $1 trillion in their foreign reserve in order to what? To back their own naira. In that way, before you can get to that stage, you must be industrialized. You must have 24 hours electricity. Security must be very, very stable. And by so doing, you have a large number of people who are productive, working. That means a lot of what you are using and consuming, you are what? You are producing them. In excess, you can begin to share and sell to the rest of the world. You can demand from them to start buying from you in dollars. In naira. Strengthen your naira. Saving dollar. All over the place. You can have it for 10 naira to $1 because there will be a very strong economy to back it. But you see that foreign account, now money from crude oil that they put there. Nobody say Nigeria is strong in anything or producing anything. Now the crude oil money they put there. Jonathan handed over 33 billion to these criminals. And today, the balance in the foreign reserve of Nigeria today is less than 23 billion US dollars. They came in, they handed them excess crude account with a balance of 7.5 billion US dollars. Today, the balance in that account no reach $500,000. Can you believe that? They emptied everything. Today, when there was no money anymore, they started borrowing. Jesu Obayeho. Nigeria debt jumped to 77 to 80 trillion naira, which then automatically make every Nigerian, every one of us will get green passport anywhere in the world, right? Right now, you are owing, God knows who, maybe not China, maybe not World Bank, whatever. We are owing at least 497,000 naira each, including your children. In case if you don't know, that is the debt of Nigeria. And there's absolutely almost nothing to show for it. Oh, but they are building second Niger bridge, but they are building Abuja Metro Rail, they are building Kaduna, Abba. When you eat, see, now my old man told me that one. He said, if you cook 20 lies, are you with me? When you are hungry, you will eat your 20 lies, and then you will then suffer just one single truth, which is to remind you never to lie to yourself, even if they are lying to you. Sure, you get? Oh yeah, I heard it. I read it somewhere. I drove on second Niger bridge. Abba. You will soon find out. Now they have nothing to show for that money. Nigeria has gotten to a stage whereby today Nigeria no even get money. Do you know that? That today, except they continue to print money and they make it look like money rain, Nigeria no get money. The entire Nigeria system, the whole Nigeria, and every revenue that the federal government of Nigeria is generating under these criminals, cannot even pay the normal agreed repayments on the loans they have taken. So they have to use them to service the loan. You know what servicing the loan mean? When you delay repayment of your loan, and you get charged. For example, they will say, if we don't get your loan repayment in 1 week, we are going to charge you 100 naira. But you see, the base of Nigeria debt is so huge, that servicing the debt alone, just paying the fine alone, not paying the debt, just paying the charges on it alone, is taking the entire revenue of Nigeria, the whole Nigeria. I'm not joking. Do you think I'm making it up? I'm not making it up. Oh. I'm not joking. No. Go and Google it. The entire revenue of Nigeria is only paying to service Nigeria debt, which means for them to be able to pay salaries of workers, they either borrow money or they print money. So that's the legacy of having a sick leader, a sick president. By the time you now look around him, you will now see multi-billionaires. Political appointees, so multi-billionaires. So there you find it, there you get your money, all the money, there you find the money. They have suddenly become multi-billionaires, buying multi-million-dollar properties in Dubai, in US, all over the world. Then they will come back to Nigeria and they'll start telling you to live within your means. When you claim that you have no job because they have stifled all the businesses, that the businesses could no longer cope anymore. Double taxation, triple taxation, quadruple taxation, and most of them didn't even get to the cover of government. They ended up in the cover, in the wallet of private politicians who set up different proxy companies that are now being like, oh dear, man, it's a racket. Nigeria system is a racket. APC didn't come to fight corruption. They came to legalize it. Things got so bad that returned loots were relooted. It was bazaar everywhere, at the expense of a majority of you, millions of you, that are being shone out every year from different schools and all that into, well, God knows, like into an economy that has no plan for you, nothing. The scam was so huge that ministers under Buhari, they were setting up their own different schemes just to get their own access, their own hands on the what? On the cookie jar. A guy came from nowhere, a minister of aviation in Nigeria, Baba, with a budget of 21 billion naira. 21 billion naira. For what? To start national carrier for Nigeria. They were going to start Nigeria Air. They're going to create jobs. Nigeria is going to have the Nigeria is going to have a whole airline. Who wouldn't want that? I mean, even if you don't like them, I will fly in Nigeria Air if they actually have one. I mean, I won't fly in one knowing that it is Nigeria Air. So I apologize. Just being honest, okay? Anyway, at least you will see it. Then you can judge. Seeing is believing, Abi. They went to Bahrain and they spent $400,000 US to design a logo. A logo. Logo that graphic designer, even if it is one of you Lagos Abobakus, who have been doing free job, designing Tinubu poster, designing Buhari this and that, trying to defend them here and there, when they have you, give you nothing. Suffering and smiling. Even if now a group of you, they put together, give you $100,000 US, and say, take this $100,000 US and give us a very lovely logo, design a lovely logo for Nigeria Air. A lot of you would have felt like you hit a jackpot. $400,000 US to design a logo. They now took that logo to London Air Show, where, businesses, those who are in the aviation sector, those who are selling private jets and, jet manufacturers and the rest of them came to display their latest designs and all that. Nigeria, under this guy, paid for a stand. And they called it Nigerian stand at this UK Air Show. And they put up a logo. And they were telling people what their plan was. They were going to get this plane, that plane. They're going to... Guess what? Back in Nigeria, there was actually no office, no website, no email, no contact number, no recruitment exercise going on, no training going on, nothing. Just the logo. They took it to London. I was one of those who raised the alarm that this is madness, so this is fraud. I didn't even know that it was that much. I told you it was 14 billion. It was actually 21 billion. That was how much that guy cashed out. So when we questioned that, they said, you are enemy of progress. At least wait for them to do it first. This was 2017, ladies and gentlemen. 2017. The guy cleaned out. And every year since then, as the aviation minister, they have been budgeting for Nigeria here. A lot of you don't even know that. They have been budgeting and they have been taking money that they are paying salaries of those who are working for Nigeria here. You don't know that, do you? No, you don't. Okay. This is a cool scam going on. Another one who tried his zone, all because of this unemployment, was Festus Otobokeyamo. He wanted to create 1,000 jobs in 774 local government areas, and they were going to give them shovel and wheelbarrows to be cleaning the street, which is not bad. I mean, clean the street and keep everywhere clean. Do something and get paid. 30,000 naira promised for 774,000 unemployed Nigerians out of almost 80 million unemployed. But if they gave 774,000 jobs, that would be 774,000 minus, sorry, that would be 80 million minus 774,000. But they didn't give them anything. It was a ruse. The money they spent in making noise about it is more than the money they gave to the few people they said they recruited. Do you understand that? And the rest of the money, gone. It all started from end power. End power, end power, end power, end power. Ladies and gentlemen, the president-elect is going to create 20 million jobs. But first, it's going to start with 33 million jobs every year. So go and get ready. The change is here. I remember all those days. A lot of you are grown up today. Nigeria has happened to some of you. Some of you have managed like the crabs in a bucket. Sure, you know when you put a lot of crab in a bucket. Alakon, you put them in a bucket. And the bucket is with thousands of them. A lot will remain under. Some will struggle and struggle and struggle. They will climb to that top. And they will love to just enjoy the comfort of not being will not be crawled over. There are some who are ambitious, more ambitious. They will crawl out of, once they crawl to the top of others, they will crawl out of the old bucket. They will jump out. And this is very rare, because when you see 2, 3, 4, 5 crabs jump out of a bucket, that they feel like they are free. They can crawl everywhere. They are no longer confined in that bucket anymore. Always remember, thousands more remain in that bucket. A lot of you were pushed into poverty. That was the change they told you, Abi. Well, maybe that wasn't the change they told you. Their change changed the life of so many of you. Their change changed the life of the businesses of your parents. A lot of your parents have become poorer today because of this change. A lot of your uncles, aunties have lost their businesses. They have become poorer today because of this change and all that. You know it. I know it. All of us know it. But there is something that tells you that admitting it is going to kill you. It won't kill you. But you will admit eventually, because you don't subscribe to another one. Kolu Buhari Pro Max. So you've seen what they have done. You've seen the effects. If this was about because of those who didn't like them, the question is, Shebi you love them? Yes, you. I'm talking to you, sir. You defended Buhari for 8 years. You have actually changed your standard now. You changed your standards. You are ready to run a marathon in defending a Sikh Kolu as well. Abi? But don't deceive yourself and think you are deceiving anyone. Remember this. Anyway, if all of us don't like them, what happened to you? We love them. What happened to you? We they pray for them. Agreed. I don't like them. I don't wish anybody anything bad though. Sure you get. Now because according to your health, Nigerian health ministry, they said that more than 80% of you are mad. Not me. I didn't say that, but I agree with them. If you have been observing what is going on in Nigeria, of course you know that it can only take a little bit sane group of people in the asylum to control the lunatics in the asylum. Just give them whatever they would like, and they will just do whatever you want them to do in this instance. So what happened to your own prayers for Buhari? How come your prayers did not reduce unemployment? How come your prayers and love for APC in 8 years did not reduce terrorism, kidnapping, these mass killings, and ransacking and destruction of villages and communities, killing of women and children, harmless women and children? How come your prayer and love didn't stop that? How come your love and prayer didn't build you refineries to reduce your importation and reliance on importation of fuel? How come? Have you ever asked yourselves that? Let us just pray for our pay. Let us. Olori Brukuni. Olori Brukuni. That's one thing I kind of don't want to hear. Olori Brukuni. After you know that you have, I'm explaining since so. Now you have realized that, okay, you are right, Maiyegun. It's true, Maiyegun. But I just say we should just pray for this sick Kolu, and we should just support the Kolu so that God will Olori Brukuni. If someone want to say it in a different way, you are just an unfortunate people. All of you in that line, no, not all of you, not everybody here. We know people who are members of the, but I'm talking to those 8 years. Now, because you hated Buhari, Buhari is doing 8 years. Is that your celebration? Is that your celebration? He's doing 8 years. And they have turned many of you into walking dead, walking corpses. A lot of you are walking, you are living, but you are hardly living. You are existing, but you're hardly living. You know that. I know that. If anyone should question their belief, it should be you. You shouldn't kind of pretend that all I explained so far didn't have your input as well. But as for me, Maiyegun, sure, I will remain here trying to kill you. Every time you are lying to yourself, enemy of Nigeria, enemy, there is no enemy of Nigeria, brother, other than these criminals. They are the real enemies of Nigeria. Baba, think about it. Think about this. Which person go love in country? Hang on. If I ask you today, that who are the main beneficiary of Nigeria today, right now, you will tell me the politicians, their families, their friends, their associates, local and foreign. They are the first direct beneficiary of whatever Nigeria claim to have. You know that. Abi? So which means they make themselves kind of privileged. They have everything. They are given everything. Everything that you can only dream of. Free housing, free trips here and there, free access to your money, and then, they could get everything, just everything. Almost like unchallenged. And what did they give you back? What did they give Nigeria back? Corruption, impunity, inequality, name it. To the point that they became the people that conspired against Nigerians. What did they give you back? They give you back terrorism. They give you back what? Police brutality. They gave you deep state, where your own election doesn't really matter. I mean, what you think about who should lead you doesn't really matter. They can think for you. What did they give you back? Darkness, road, what do you call it? Death trap called roads, mortuaries called hospitals, pen or piggery called classrooms. Hello. If there are people that should be first, to be the first grateful people that Nigeria is existing, it should be these guys. And how do you give something back to the country that gave you everything? Is by being honest. And by being honest means you make honest policies that will positively impact the lives of the people. Security, economy, job creation, health improvement and access to it, education, and so many things that actually makes them feel connected as citizens of that country. Something that breed, build, nurture, and bring out the real patriotism in them. Something that will spur them to want to also give back. There's no trait in these criminals that they love Nigeria. What did they do with Nigeria? They looted her dry. They impoverished the people. They oppressed them. And they feel like they are not responsible for anybody. If you should, they make laws to gag their citizens who are under the dreadful arms or arm of terror. Your government is defending terrorists. And they are jailing activists. It's like, this is unreal. They abandoned your health system and institutions. For what? For abroad medical institutions. They left. If there are people that should be most patriotic, in all honesty, whether you like them or you don't like them, whether you are praying for them or you are not praying for them, these are people who have the first-hand evidence that Nigeria exists. They can tell you Nigeria is good. And indeed, Nigeria has been good to them. But what have they give back? I mean, think about that. So if you are looking for the enemies of Nigeria, no matter how much you lunatics, you wearies, you ass leakers, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, all risers, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, no matter how much you want to create your imaginary enemies out of the people who are also victims of a failed leadership, which you are also part of, but living in denial of, you will have to try. Indeed. So, anyway, this is just me like going like lyrical. No, not even lyrical, more or less like philosophical, trying to play with words. But the atotonu I have been saying is this. Your real enemy. Hang on, why is it blinking? Give me a sec. If you shout failure, failure, just like I'm doing right now, failure, now waiting to appear in front of you with this. Buhari. And from the beginning to the end, it is a disaster. Well, if you buy iPhone 12, they will say maybe not new. Or you buy iPhone. iPhone kilo one saying, what is the iPhone today? iPhone 10, I mean iPhone 14, I'll be what? Because people are so mad about that, by the way. If you go on Twitter, it's like a class thing for these young people, even some people who are not even young. Say, sorry, I don't like responding to people who are using Android. I say, I'm on class today. Anyway, it's about class, Abby. If you buy iPhone 14, that is a quality of Buhari. Think of Buhari as iPhone 14. Think of a failure at the highest grade. A failure that has ruined lives and killed people. Come put time at the level of how you see iPhone 14. Sure you get. You will be like, I'm on this one expensive shit. Oh. This is the calamity where Buhari caused. Oh. See how expensive the calamity is. The damages and the ruins. Now, you can't go buy Buhari Pro Max. I'm not talking about iPhone here. This is not about iPhone. Sorry, I'm going to digress a bit. Here you get. Somebody said, my brother, if you buy a used car, it is good for you to get a good mechanic to run a check to know how many past users. Oh. And ladies and gentlemen, this statement is not about cars. For those who are Idon, because that's the reading word now, Idon, if you are Idon, you will understand that this statement is not about car. Anyway, comparing Buhari and Tinubu with iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro Max, I just wanted to remind you that it is not about iPhone. It is about the failure. Now you can picture that. Maybe that is a wrong analogy. Let me give you another one. When I was a little boy, I was very fond of Mario. And you know what attracted me to it? Was that was the sound. Nibi lo makusi. Boya lo madele. Tarara, tarara, nibi lo makusi. Boya lo madele. That's what attracted me to that. So if you don't want to kusibi and you want to delay, so the moment the Mario finally jumped down and he entered his house, he said, Modidele me, Modidele me, Modidele me, oh. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. See. Those who were like the pikin where they born for 80s, early 80s, and late 80s. Now we play with Mario. Luigi and Mario. So as a young boy, you know you're going to die. If you don't run fast enough, dodge all the obstacles, jump the loop, even if you have to swim, dodge everything and just get home. If you are dodging everything, you must be mindful of the time. Because you see that there's, you know, that slow thing. Krum, krum. Boyalo madele. Krum, krum. Like that. That means you don't gain something. Then if you are late, when the time begins to tell you that you have just 60 seconds to go, if you don't run home to remind you, it will start going faster. Guess what? Where I'm actually going with this is this, right? So when we play that Mario, when you get home and it says, Motidele me, I've got into my house, I've got into my house, I've got into my house. So the next stage is going to be harder than the past one. So you have to go all over again. Fight the obstacle, here and there, and then you are delayed, you enter your house again. Yeah, it will say stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. Baba, APC, they started with change. I remember very well. This isn't change. This is going to be a chain. Shut up your mouth, Maiyegun, enemy of progress. We know you don't love Nigeria. Because I'm speaking out, I don't love Nigeria. People where have the chance of fixing Nigeria, where they ruin Nigeria, those ones are patriots. They love Nigeria. They are working hard to fix the life of the miserable ones who are counting on them. Change, no be shame and change. There be two things, no. A lot of you are running about with your golden chain. They say, wait, you about this in a shaku na sheke. Na sheke you dey carry. You say no be sheke na golden chain, baba. You know, see a new era, new sheriff in town. See, sheke lowa yin sir. I say, Loma, this one no be chain, no. Na change. I mean, this one no be change, na chain, no. Shut up your mouth. What the elders are seeing sitting down, a small boy like you cannot see it, even if you climb Kilimanjaro. You have your own life, no get shape, no get any direction anymore. You want make people where they come behind you be like you. Mommy, we are trying to correct you. You are saying you are sitting down, you are seeing the front. How many of you on social media? How many of you in your 70s, in your 80s today, that saw today that we, your picking, your children, you go come here, come they fight for, we they fight for better country, we they fight for our future. You will say, 60 years ago, did you see this future? And you didn't want all of our parents and say, Nigeria no go better, find your way. You are shiri at the air now. You are with your white hair and everything. And they are saying, don't you have elders at home? They say, Baba, eti yawiri. Who no get elders at home? She wants something foolish people know they grow old too. When we were younger, we know those who are like Samu Alajo, Samu, this and that. We, you know, PS ours that we know that this one no get sense. So. Samu, you don't get sense. So, hey, miracle no the tired, you know. I mean, I did my childhood in Odogbolu. So I can tell you 1 or 2, 3 of my friends that naturally between us, we know that they no get sense from childhood. We grew up, we went to primary school, secondary school, they still no get sense. So once in a while, like a wrong clock, where they always write twice a day, AM and PM. You run you. Today don't get sense, sha. Hey, miracle no the tire Jesus. So if today not grow old now to 70 years old, and can't they sound like as usual as he was when he was just 15 years old. You can say, she was near elder and Lenny. Don't you have elder at home? So they tell you say foolish people know they grow old. Koshidanu. Kori bruku sekbe ke jekin pa on to anwa junior soro. And what they talk to Kinimbe. Are you with me? So, whatever it is, the sharing formula of like I said, it wasn't change, it was chain. Then from chain, after first 4 years, where Buhari show some people quickly ran back and say, hey, God go punish. I said, but no be you they shout change since. Maiyegun, I don't see road. My eyes unclear. Now 3 businesses I get before this Lori Bruku came in. Today now, now me they open gates for my for place where they work now. Kilo day. Then pursue you for your business in it. Maiyegun is a long story. What? Tell me. I'm ready to listen. Maiyegun, you cannot listen. If you know what happened to me, first I lost the first business because of this Naira dollar exchange. At a time where Maiyegun COVID came, and 2 of them die at the same time. And finally, now my friend helped me find this guest man job. See me the manager until everything come back to normal. But that's not a long story. I didn't tell you everything, Maiyegun. I just summarize. Wow, that's deep, sir. Under APC, Egbe. So they ran back. Hey, we know they do again. No. They became evangelists. They started confessing like the wishes that are in that Lalude film or so. You know why I'm telling you all of this? I'm going to be here to remind all of you. Whatever you do with yourself, whatever APC, Egbe do with you, whatever you kind of encourage, whatever, anywhere where anything go, you go now understand why so many people are saying, I have been watching Maiyegun for 7 years. I have been watching Maiyegun for 5 years. Majority of them don't like me before. Then be like some of you, maybe say you did get this year conviction. Then go teach you. There came the next devil. They say now next level. I say, not be next level. Now next devil. Everything where if you don't play the Mario game before, if you survive one stage, but next stage, you know, go easy. Run, no, if you can run. Shut up your mouth. Nigeria is going to be great. How? When the people that are supposed to make Nigeria great are those who are actually killing Nigeria, and everything they are doing they're actually in the open. This is not like somebody is doing say, okay, if I look my sorrow, yo. And between the middle and the left and the right too, and all of them, yeah, go and check the universe and show me what are these guys doing? Who is doing what and what inside the Aso Rock? I mean, okay, check Plateau State if you can check the radar as well. Let me check Lagos. Go to Imo State and see what they are doing. No. Everything they are doing are in the open. They just don't care. Nobody's gonna hold them. Everything they are doing is in the open. Oh, there's nothing like to fake anything. You're faking, content fake, Dura, revision. I know there's vision, no. There's see vision. I'm sorry that for those of you where they see vision proper. I'm sorry, not you. I'm not talking about you. If you see vision about other things, no, there's see vision about politics. Abobo. Nigeria pressure is so much. Where we say, I get people where we say, if you go bed tonight. Now everything where they go up, where they happen in Nigeria, go they play in your head. You go to say God to give you vision, but I don't go anywhere. God this talk say God to give you this or that. Like on politics, so try. Now your mind they play you, and what they have done to the people, because everything is in the open. It's not secret. They're not hidden. This is not going to be next level. Next level to where? To poverty. Look at it today. It became next devil. I said it. No be next level, the next devil. But can't you be positive for once? Can't you wish your country well? See, this is not a game of wish. Now weary, now dodoyo, now mumu. They listen to politicians. They tell you to wish your country well before your country can be better. While you are watching the criminals who are taking everything and destroying everything. And what they are destroying is not about stealing things alone. No, they are destroying lives. That's what they're doing, destroying lives. So you watched this old drama for 8 years. So whether you supported Tinubu or you don't support Tinubu or what have you, you watched this drama for 8 years. And suddenly, you really think you are about to perform something that people haven't seen before they will confirm that honestly, I know a lot of you who have prayed that when something happened to this Maiyegun, nothing will happen to me. Sure you get? Nothing. And if anything happened to Maiyegun, It no go change the ya. Te wa ye yin wa je. It no go change them. Until you change the ya that you are subscribing to. You're not punishing anybody. You are self-destroying yourselves. Don't say, wait till they call me again. Wait till this one again. APC here. Food is here. And all of that nonsense is here. A sick, and mentally sick old man. Then pump him up. Then pump Kolu up beyond anything. They told them, don't take him to Nigeria. He's not fit enough. You know, say I ain't come back like person get belle. He left Nigeria as normative Numbu. He came back with stomach. He came back with a swollen neck. He came back with a syringe attached to him, like the way Shino, that my local farmer and local driver in Odogbolu when I was growing up, Shino, that seems to just have taken all the part of a truck, of his truck from almost every car made or every truck alive. Then the bonnet was that of Dasun. The engine inside there is that of Toyota. I don't know, maybe the tank as well is that of Nissan. But at the end of the day, you will see how everything came together, part in part. And when the truck is going, you will think it's facing that side. No, it's facing this side. You are the one to bend. If you want to see Shino's car straight, if you want to observe Shino's car, Shino's truck straight, you have to what? You have to bend to see it, because this is how it goes. Like that, not like this. Like that. That was exactly what Kolu looked like. Somebody who came in with different body parts. And in the process, they have to leave a hole to pass in the fluid. I mean, come on, man. You saw all of that. This is not wishing anybody anything. You saw this with your 2 eyes. But you are telling yourself, Allah is the greatest. God is the God damn it, man. Allah. Do you think Kolu is stupid? Do you think Buhari is foolish? How come he no go Abuja Central Mosque when they didn't dare to change almost every part in him, including his blood and everything? Why can't they not carry and go Abuja Central Mosque? May all of you they call Allahu Akbar on his head. Why did he fly to London? You dumb, you know. It sometimes they pain when you see foolish old people. Hello, personally, but what can you do? I'm used to you. He's not daft. So you turning around to say, only God, only Allah, only this and that, to cover up the real defect that its effect is actually destroying millions of lives in Nigeria, including that of yours or your relatives. You are living abroad, Abi. Tell yourself this truth. 8 years of APC, Egbekegbe. Now, how much they sent to your family members in 2014, 2015? Is that no? Let me put it that way. Let's add inflation. Okay, let me say the level at which you are sending money to support your family alone, not extra now, just your family. You are living abroad, and in 2015, would you compare the level of how much you have to care for in your family, within your immediate family in 2015, and how much you have to care for today in 2023? Now, if you don't understand how messed up Nigeria has become, I just gave you one. Your family members. A lot of them who have now become your burden. In 2015, some of them were on their own. No? Now, once in a while, they check on you. Auntie me, oh my pejometer. Uche, long time, oh. I don't hear from you again. How far is every time is work? But today, people where they used to get back to you once every 3 months, 6 months, see. Now you are running away from them. You know why you are running away from them? Because as Nigeria continue to, so you get, everybody is looking for everyone that they can just lean on. That is a very good example of what Nigeria is. You can continue to lie to yourselves. You can continue to stay in your comfort zone, and continue to incite the morons back in Nigeria that Rome was not built in a day. Alaye, you will become a victim of what you are supporting. Give it time. Just give it time. We are all going to be victims of what we are supporting or not supporting, whether you are keeping quiet or you want to be politically correct or you want to be tribalistic about it. Yours is ethnic or yours is religion. Listen to me. We are going to get a shot at this. It's just going to be at a different time. And that is better. The awareness and all of that should be very consistent. Your choice. You hate him. You hate him. You hate Jeginekon. He's finishing 8 years. No, he's finishing you in 8 years. That's what he's done. He's not, Buhari is not finishing it. He's finishing Nigeria, Nigerians in 8 years. He created poverty. He widened the gap between the poor, the haves, and the have-nots. That is a crime against humanity. It didn't keep you safe. No part of Nigeria hasn't tasted the terror and terrorism that came with Al-Qaeda People's Congress, APC, Egbekegbe. No single part. The terror is beyond sword, guns, and all of that. It is also economic jihad. What do you think is called Buharinomics? What do you think we call Buharinomic or Buharinomics? Buharinomics is a kind of economy that defies all economic, logic. Nothing. That Nigeria is still kind of existing is a miracle that a lot of people are researching, like, how are they doing it? 2 years, 3 years. People will come out and say, they have not been paid. And they are wearing smile. They are looking normal. They are not normal. Nothing is normal. So whether you love them or you hate them, you would understand the consequences of which other side you are. So, Kolu is unwell. When they package him like Aloku Tipa, Aloku Tipa, Toko Yekpe, Toko Pako, he was fat on the neck. It was fat in the stomach. Suddenly, he became pregnant. A lot of people were wondering. They said, "Oh, you see that thing where they die in hand, on our neck he go now straight to his auto. He may be going through some dialysis treatment." Indeed, they will remain secretive about that, just like Buhari. But if you really kind of care, you should be honest. I mean, there are people here that if they know what is actually wrong with Tinubu or Buhari, no matter how much they don't like them, are you with me? They will pray for them. They will never use that on them. Trust me. I know a lot of you have become athletes today. Any small thing like this, you go drag them. That they drag Peter Obi now on Twitter. That they drag him there. Because Peter Obi came to say people who are disguising as obedient, they should stop that, and they should stop attacking Wale Soyinka. They should stop attacking prominent. They drag him now. They drag Obi himself on Twitter as we are talking. So choice, consequences, so that when you finally get what you want, is a two things. Okay, put it this way. If tomorrow, if for example, this 8 years of Buhari, you figure out that even if not ordinary electricity that they were able to do, Maiyegun, will not come here and say Nigeria no get electricity, Nigeria no get power. That would be a lie. Abi? But you know it. Every one of you know And then you begin to say, but in my own area, in our own area, they are giving us 12 hours. I say, we look for Junui. We look for Junui. And try to caution you all these excuses that you normally give to feel good and in denying the truth. Because when you know the truth, it may get you thinking, right? You may not be able to change much, but you may be able to change yourself, change your perspective, see things the way they are, and see how much damages you are doing to yourself. We will be giving me excuses. But they gave us 12 hours. Marshall, call you know well. They won't tell you what is wrong with him. They will keep you in the loop, so that you can go around and begin to look for imaginary enemy of Kolu. And only say he will go there and come back. But behind, you are telling yourself that don't Joe, majeki Kolu kuba you. Make Kolu no die like this. So if Kolu die like this, oh my wahala. Everybody we don't abuse me. Everybody we I don't abuse your papa. I don't fight on social media. They go to mock me because it could be shitty man that's going to be the president. Jesus, Ashiwaju will go and come back. You look at that kind of life. You don't know what is wrong with him, but you know something is wrong with him. So they quickly announced and said, oh, Kolu is going on the Europe visit. Baba, which one is Europe visit? To where? To where in Europe? At least you should name the countries. Like it's like saying, I'm going on tour. I want to go and meet investors. At least you go say, okay, I'm going to be in the UK. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be there. I'm going to, you know what I mean? Baba, which one is European tour? Just say you won't go take care of yourself. And that alone is just a proof that 24 years of democracy in Nigeria, the politicians in Nigeria have all their doctors abroad. They are not using their own health care system because it doesn't exist. The rich people who are using expensive medical, private medical centers in Nigeria, a lot of them are using these private, expensive medical centers as just check-up. I'm not kidding. Rich people that goes to the private hospitals where you pay millions of naira. Baba, now check-up that they go do. The moment they travel abroad, they will go and see their proper doctor. They will sit out there and get proper treatment before they return back to Nigeria. If you think I am lying, yourself go and get rich first, and go and check how the rich people actually use the medical system in Nigeria. London to Nigeria is just about 5.5 hours to 6 hours. They can leave Nigeria 7 a.m., be in London by 1 p.m., and then by 4 p.m., after meeting their lawyers and meeting their doctors and everything, they can be back in Nigeria before 11 p.m. that evening. And you can all of you can walk to the same nightclub and still club that night. At least you saw him in the morning, didn't you? That's how rich they do kind of flaunt it. I know about this because I've got a few of them that are MaiyegundsDiary Politico friends. And they will be nodding wherever they are now watching. Maiyegun, you get them. In case of emergency, they can easily just go to these expensive hospitals for the first check, and immediately they say something is wrong, they will fuel the private jet. They are out. Out of Nigeria. Because the Nigerian system didn't build any healthcare system trusted enough to serve them, not to talk of to serve you. So that's an indictment, isn't it? 8 years, 28 billion naira spent on Nigeria's ass old rock, the old people's home. And Buhari never used it for once. 3 billion every year. 3 billion averagely every year. So anyway, Kalu didn't say where he's going. A lot of people know that he's going back to France. And in order to make it look like he's actually touring Europe, true. No, it's not. It will be coming to the UK. All of these are just to run away from the legal proceeding, or what do you call it, the tribunal and your court case. You know, they tell you go court. All of these are just to run away from all of that. Delay. As at 3 p.m. this afternoon, the tribunal who scheduled the pre-hearing of Obi versus Tinubu today. They were waiting as at 3 p.m. Tinubu's lawyers, Tinubu himself, nobody showed up because Kalu was rather on his way to France. I think I have a clip. That's him. And they have made sure that all his cloth will now be long sleeves. They won't make the same mistake of giving him this short sleeve, native wear. They won't make that mistake again to expose that plug, that injection plug they put under his arm, which they say has to do with heart or kidney problem. So they can find him a kidney, he's rich, and he's likely not going to get the Equiremadu treatment. But this guy has a case in Nigeria. They don't believe in that system. They kind of see this as a joke because they didn't show up until later. And when they show up, this one we don't know how to fight. We don't know how to be angry for a while. He quickly went to this non-entity called Omole, who eventually drove into the court after everybody waited. See Obi. In the wait, they wait. Obi presented himself as that he's representing himself. Hang on, I won't drink tea. I'm all tea. I mean, my tea is cold. I may need to go and make another one. Obi represented himself, and that's not the secretary. That is something or Shuntokun. Obi's campaign spokesperson, I think. So there is a publicity secretary of Labour Party who presented himself as representing Labour Party, not their chairman, not Papa Babalawo. So while they were there waiting, this what do you call it? This honorable thugs. You go see film, all of you wait there, Abuja. You see all these faces, Una go see film. So Obi, he won't go to Mr. Nice Man. He won't go greet him. But when you take a look at the way the guy is looking at him, they see him as the real problem. I don't want to greet you, man. Unfortunately, that's the image I have, okay? Because eventually I think they greeted each other and all that, but that's the one that is trending. Especially among the Lagos Sabobakus. If you're watching on TikTok, sorry, you won't be able to see what I just showed people there. So they waited for them. They didn't show up. So the tribunal, when they finally showed up, right, it's very late. The tribunal had to adjourn the case till 17th of May. What is today? Today is 10. So that will be next week. And that will be next week, Thursday. I don't know. We'll get to know that later, right? Because Kalu is not ready. His legal team are playing the hide and seek again. INEC is doing the same thing. And it is all delay tactic, counting the days, and they can then crown Kalu, and the real wahala go start. And you go see, say, tribunal will just say, we have reached our verdict. Which verdict? Una the mentor. You never hear case. You say you don't reach verdict. You the craze. So they will come around and say, like they did to Adeleke. You know what they did to Adeleke? They said, a state governor cannot be doing bugawa. He cannot be dancing lo 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 lo. You cannot be dancing go lo lo. What's that song again? You go lo 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 bugawa lo 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 bugawa. A state governor, tribunal judge, tribunal said because the governor is a dancing governor, and it's not befitting for a state governor to be dancing lo 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 lo. Yeah, go lo 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 lo. Or to be you think I'm joking? They wrote it in judgment, court judgment. See. Yeah. Tribunal judgment. See. That said Adeleke didn't win. It is part of the judge, the lead judge or the lead tribunal, whatever. He said a state governor cannot be doing lo 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 lo, cannot be going lo 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 lo, or be doing bugawo. So therefore, you Adeleke, Jackson, Ade dancer, you are hereby not the winner. Anyway, the rest they say is history now, so we won't go to that. When Kolu is mistakenly sworn in, Tribunal, if he say on Sunday morning, they want to give their verdict. Say, Tribunal never gave verdict on Sunday before. We are going to give our verdict on Sunday. That's it. Now then you go no say, this except when I enter the same trouser. So Kolu left today. Oh, I actually had a clip of that, but I'm sorry. It's just a 15 seconds clip anyway, waving to people and saying bye-bye, yo, bye-bye, yo. But to an average Lagos Abobaku right now, until the day Kolu show up again alive, until that day, for now, they will be looking everywhere every day. You don't see Ajiwaju video today? Imagine on social media. You don't see Ajiwaju video today? I saw one. No, that one out video. That one out. I don't see that one before. That one out video. You know, I never see anyone today. They say no, because I want to make sure that I am one of the people who see Ajiwaju videos today. So because of that, they won't leave me alone. They know somebody like me will eventually lay my hands on any video. Sure you get. So they may come here to pretend that you this Maiyegun, shut up your mouth. You this Maiyegun, you are enemy of this. No, they are waiting for me to show that Tinubu is alive. I know them very well. See, they are the same Buhari idiots. They are the same Buhari idiots. The Buhari Dins, Buhari Dideris. I gave them those names. They don't like me. I don't like them. But guess what? When Buhari was missing, they will come to MaiyegunsDiary Politico. Maybe I don't get one video. I will go show them. Even if not 5 seconds. Even if not 10 seconds. Buhari no suppose. They no need to talk. Make them just see and walk like this. They say, hey, you see Maiyegun. Ojutiti, you are shame on you, Maiyegun. Buhari is alive. I thought you said Buhari is dead. The way is trying to confirm that, thank God he's not dead. Hey. Agbomo. My heart, come back and take money and take picking. Sure you get my heart, I almost died. I thought, because I read it somewhere, they said, Buhari don't get stroke. Some said, Buhari no fit talk again. But look at him, he's smiling. He's alive. God has shamed his enemy because they are looking for one. So I know them very well. For the next few days, they will be going everywhere. And these people who are there, the vuvuzela's with, what do you call it? The vuvuzela's who are feeding the other ass lickers. You know why I'm laughing, You know why I'm laughing? Somebody on TikTok said, we all know that Maiyegun does, we all know that Tinubu doesn't have your time. Baba, emigo need time, But what happened is that whether you have his time or you don't have his time, he is about to create another, what do you call it? Another disaster that even you, wait if Tinubu no know you, you don't know anybody, any of you. Okay? There's guarantee that Tinubu will watch Maiyegun's video. Because they could tell us, see that boy, Sure you get. But majority of you weary, they always want to tell people that Tinubu no know your papa. I don't know Tinubu papa, Tinubu no get papa. And nobody care to know the Tinubu papa. But guess what? Just like Buhari, I don't know him papa. You don't know my papa. We know nobody care about anybody papa. But you see the effect of Buhari, he ruined the life of you wearies, including those of you supporting them. You won't deny you. They play. Tinubu no get anybody time. He no need to get your time before they touch you. Now today, the people that take you and shouted Sai Baba, Lójú ayé wa, they have started shouting Kai Baba, Kai Baba. So you are coming here to remind me, Tinubu no send you. Send me. Wait till you concern me and when I'm actually not going to ever, just like Buhari, listen to this, just like Buhari, I am never going to be affected by any joblessness you are suffering in Nigeria. I will never be affected. Sure you get. You see, the terrorism they unleash on you in Nigeria, I will never be affected. The effect of corruption, where they have stolen things that could have actually, like, genuinely, improve your country for you living there. If they give you electricity, Baba, go use them. If you're able to approach any medical facility now, if something happened to you and you can go to any hospital and get treated, Nami go benefit them. Say no send your this. Now no be today. But guess what? You that if Nubu send, or you that Buhari send, where are you today? That's the point. So it doesn't really matter. Sure you get, brother. That dodo your way they ask a dumb question on a TikTok. I did lecture everybody to know that they do anybody. Tinubu will do 8 years. Kobashi 80 years. Just like at the end of the day, you either run away from Nigeria to escape from them, or you will stay in there, join those who are going to be dead because of them, or join those who are going to be walking dead, the ones that are like the humbled slaves. It's a choice. I mean, but there are some who actually really care that, you know what, even if we were going to have to like die on this hill, right? We're not going to die without a fight. I don't think that's going to sound familiar to you, the humbled slaves. I mean, those of you who feels like this is about Tinubu this or Buhari that, it's about your lives. If you are saying that from outside Nigeria, you are not far away from it all day. You are in America. You are saying Tinubu no send your papa, Tinubu no send this or that. What about your family in Nigeria? My family is covered by the blood of Jesus. So those ones whose family have become victims of Nigeria, blood of Jesus no cover them. They play. We know your type. You know, when things are yet to happen to you, are you with me? Then they are probably not happening. 8 years, they dipped your friends, your children, yourselves. They dipped you in generational poverty, and they have no clear idea of how to get you out. But to dip you further in that, just same pattern. And all you care about is that I know say you know like but are you way like how come your like no change Nigeria? You never ask yourself that. All of you Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, humbled slaves, sophisticated morons. Maybe you love APC, you love Buhari and APC. They are doing 8 years. If they like, they can do another 80 years. But the one way they don't do, with your prayer and love, how come that one no work for them? They play. They release this image. This guy happened to be Buhari's Minister of Power. I don't know what's going on. His name is Saleh. What's it be that again? No, Saleh something. Charles. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. You remember his face. He's a thief. They said that this guy that was Buhari's minister from 2017 to 2021, about $22 billion, 22 billion naira is missing. So why are they picking him up now? Has he kind of been out of favor? Is he no longer like, you know what I mean? I don't know. But 22 billion naira in the Ministry of Power. Think about that. So, Shemi ara lo nse o. Iwo oponu Buhari idiot. Ara lo nse, you are doing yourselves. Because 7-8 years ago, I was sounding just exactly like this. And I am still here to show to you that una go still collect. A lot of us psychologically are prepared. We are not living in illusion or a delusion. We are not lying to ourselves. We are seeing things as they are, and we are taking them on as they are, which kind of prepared us mentally to say, well, the worst case scenario, the worst case scenario, we say, because we know what the worst case scenario will be. We're not lying to ourselves. Just about a few weeks ago now, let's say just about 3 weeks ago, the news broke that Nigeria was going to remove a subsidy. Buhari was going to remove subsidy. So they needed $800 million. Nigeria is broke. No money. So they had to go to the World Bank and ask them for $800 million so that they can share the money to 50,000 Nigerians. $800 million cash. So that when they remove subsidy, anyone affected can keep whatever 5,000 naira they gave to them to cushion the effect of that. And they took $800 million. When they took their money, they now said Buhari was waiting to write the National Assembly for approval so that they can disburse the money, which means they've already collected the money. Abi? Today, the news is now saying they want to write the National Assembly to approve the loan request of $800 million from the World Bank. Now, I'll tell you what they are doing, in case if you don't know. When they were hiding, okay, put it this way. They destroyed Nigeria economy in 2015 when APC, Egbekegbe, came in. How did they do it? In Nigeria, the Central Bank of Nigeria was supposed to be independent. So you get, they will make monetary policies and they will go after, they will make regulations for banks, for the stock market and all of that stuff. They regulate. And anybody who violates any financial regulation of central bank can be prosecuted by them. They are the central bank, for goodness sake. But immediately APC, Egbekegbe, came in. Emefiole became the personal account manager for Buhari and family. Who's that guy's name again? Maman Daura, what? They turned the Central Bank of Nigeria into their piggy bank. I am not joking. I am only reminding you. You know what they did? They started something called round tripping. Round tripping. And what is round tripping? In the banking sector, round tripping is when you have middlemen who are trading in forex rather than the banks and the central bank. So between the banks and the central bank, suddenly middlemen emerged. So before the banks in Nigeria could have access to the forex, be it dollars, pound sterling, anything that is forex, forex, each bank would have to prove what kind of connections they have that can guarantee them access to dollars allocation, not from the central bank anymore. Do you know what they did? They started Central Bank of Nigeria with Buhari and his criminal gang from northern Nigeria. What did they do? They started signing and submitting one particular form to seek forex. And guess what? They started backdating these forms. For example, if you want to buy the dollars from the Central Bank of Nigeria, Their official rate right now is about 480 naira to $1. Now, back then, $1 to a naira to $1, sorry, naira to $1 was 190 naira. Nigeria depends on importation. Who are the people who do more importation business in Nigeria? Of course, you do know them. The Easterners. Businessmen who have their containers abroad and they are going to bring them to Nigeria, pay their partners abroad and their business partners all over the place. They started having problems accessing forex. And guess what? Those who are able to fund some forex at the early stage, they had to pay through their noses because the banks couldn't help them anymore. The bureau de change, they became the Lord. How? Politicians whose connection within Buhari's government, they were taking $1 in Nigeria for 30 kobo, for 1 naira, 3 naira to $1, 10 naira to $1. At a point when they were selling $1 in Nigeria for over 500 naira, these criminals, they were being given dollars in the Central Bank of Nigeria at the rate of 19 naira to $1. These are criminals, politicians, no businesses, no nothing. So they became the middlemen, and like that, boom, 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 boom. Dollar started running, and naira couldn't catch up anymore. They would take the dollar allocation because they said they've submitted their allocation for dollar since 1986, 1984, 1988, and they are collecting millions and millions allocation. The former central bank governor, Lamido Sanusi, the disgraced emir of Kano, remember him? He came out and he said, Omo, things have become so easy that right there in his own palace in Kano, he will call somebody from central bank. No, he won't call them. They will call him and they'll be asking him, Emir, do you need dollar? We have some dollar allocation we are giving to some prominent people. You can sell them and at this rate, sir. So if you want, we can bring them to the palace. Emir of Kano said that. He was still an emir at that time. They haven't removed him. Under this Buhari, before you know it, businesses that needed this forex, that couldn't find them, they started collapsing. A lot of people lost all of their life savings, all of their investment, everything. A lot of those who didn't want the world to know what happened to them during this period, they left Nigeria completely. I'm talking about people who were doing well. They ruined that for real businessmen. And guess what? Like magic, unemployment in Nigeria started skyrocketing. They started sacking people here and there, sacking people here and there. And guess what this Olori Bruku Alakpamashishe political jobbers were saying? Now, because Buhari was blocking corruption, there is no corruption money anymore. That's why all the businesses were folding up. Really? There's nothing they didn't say that time to defend this failure. 8 years down the line, Nigeria became the poverty capital of the world. And today, they're about to take you to God knows what record again. Call a sick man with kleptomaniac criminals, thieves, career criminals are hovering around. And you think, say, na me you they do. Oh, shemi. Oh, shemi. Ara Lon sheho. You are doing yourself. Because the worst case scenario, I will talk about you. People are going to use you as a lesson. You're going to turn around if you leave to tell the story. You're going to turn around and say, I thought I was, no. Just leave it. It might be a good experience for you. Those who told me I would regret for everyday exposure and then, enlightenment on what APC represents and what they still very much represented and still represent. Majority of them today, they are tired. And guess what? You are about to start all over again. So yeah, whether they are caught move or not, whether the criminals are getting away or not, the bottom line is that you will never pretend not to understand what is going on around you. I mean, you can't pretend. You will remember Maiyegun, or you are going to remember me all the time. You are going to remember me. That boy, he will never stop talking. It's not because I'm a prophet or anything, because I have seen you, all of you, who have been in that basket of crab, where you think if you have money to crawl up and didn't die, and you found yourself at the top of that crab, you think you are better than the person, that crab at the bottom of it. Of course you are not. There are theories that back this up, that you are not. Okay? You might be living that illusion. So yeah, we will be following. A lot of them are going to be coming here to come and hear what I have to say. How is he today? Where is Kolu tomorrow? You know why they are asking? Even though they are pretending to be all right, they are not all right. They are not okay. Even if you swear for Tinubu tomorrow and they said it's your president, these guys are still never going to be all right. They're never going to be okay. You're going to be asking why they are upset, why they are angry, because they are scared. They are scared of what they have done to themselves. What's it going to be like after all of this? Shitty man can't take the whole thing. That is their fear. So they are always going to come around to come and check. What did Maiyegun get today? What did Maiyegun want to talk today? What is that today again? Maiyegun tell us. But back there, I can give you 1001 things that you should look forward to. I don't even know. Well, I don't know what is fascinating this OB and this one rule Nigeria. Here you get. Because as it be so, anybody will care about Nigeria, they won't think about any governance or what have you without discussing the state of Nigeria as it is right now. So yeah, we have a long time on our hands, Abi. And because of this, a lot of you don't know this. So every day you are telling them that they will not swear Kolu in, he will not be sworn in, he will not shegenigo kineko baba. They are going to bed and waking up and they are counting days. You don't know how this is to them. Now that Kolu has left Nigeria, and Buhari is in London seeing dentists, two sick men who have sunk and sinking Nigeria. Okay, you can't do all of that at the same time. The moment you have sunk or sank, that means it's in the past. Okay, bury. They have sank and sink Nigeria and be ready to bury Nigeria because the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, they are still very much thinking this is a peace contest. So yeah, let us pee on ourselves. Oh yeah, we'll go pee pass. We'll go pee on themselves pass. Anyway, there is a slight good news. Don't believe that. It's going to be affected anyway. A court in Nigeria just ruled. NBC, Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation, the one that is finding everybody. 5 million naira if you say anything. Somebody said, Maiyegun, don't come to Nigeria. They are looking for you. No, they are not looking for me. Let me explain something to you. If you are thinking because of all this jobless, miserable, Facebook bandits, social media adsmen, all this cricket and all of them, don't bother yourself about those weirdos. So, sure you get. The only thing is that nobody can arrest me for anything because I've not done anything wrong. Like legally, I've not done, even in their shito there, I've not done anything wrong. But the only thing is, with their NBC, we talk say, you have to watch what you say. So professionally, those who are news media in Nigeria, they have been gagged. If you bring a guest to your program and they say something about the government that is critical, right? They may fine you 10 million, 15 million, 5 million. So me, I have 4,000 videos, almost 4,000 videos. What do you think they are going to fine me if they watch all my video and all the names? Even if they say, okay, oh, you, every time you say Buhari in all your videos, NBC is going to fine you 10 naira. But by the time they get to 1,000 video, I will be bankrupt already. But with a court like that, if they hold me, they say, hey, come here, you have been saying nonsense, you have been abusing, because that's all they see. They don't listen to me very well. They pretend that every hour, all we have shared, all the information, all the things we discuss here, right? They ignore them. They are more concerned about this Olori Bruku or Bayeje they call leaders. Why are you abusing our leader? What did our leader do for you? Tan leader, tan follower, tan follow Ribu. I don't like the way you are talking to standing with the follower, and leader, Aja. You are defending and the what's the color? Hang on. So by the time they get to like 1,000 videos, they go, don't tell me that I don't bankrupt. I will just start GoFundMe. I will just take selfie inside their cell. They say, when are they going to free you? I say, they are still they raise money. And they are still watching my other videos too. By the time they are done, I don't know. All of you are there, sha. Maybe not inside their prison. But they won't hold me for anything. I mean, imagine how I go take look, if you come put all those Shakabula, all those Ibo Ogun, all those Ada Ogun, you know, in Ijebu. Because if you have this Ogun shrine, you have to put all the meta, anything meta, including gun. So whenever we are praying to Ogun to protect us, Ogun onire oko, no, so Ogun onire oko, Misha. Anyway, I mix up, but sometimes at Ogun issue odara onile orita, that one live on the okay. Ogun onire oko me. Sure you get nipe rather than shoot you with gun, no be same they go shoot you, but as in Ogun fit protect you. When they shoot you, they look. Now that time you go just move like this, and the gun go just they goes, hey, Isha. So if they arrest me, they can't put all this rusty gun, rusty knife, rusty this and that. All of you go just laugh. So we have arrested this person who is sponsoring. They can say they can tell you that I am paying, I am training people to overthrow government in Nigeria. They do that all the time. But when they put all the oaths in front of me, and I'm there, I say, we have arrested notorious gang leader. His name is Badero Olushola. We realize that this guy has a vast network of criminals who are working for him in Nigeria to overthrow government. All of you go just laugh. Instead of you to cry for me and say, hey, leave him, free Maiyegun, free Maiyegun, free Badero. You go just laugh and say, now better than carry this Ibon Ogun and Ada Ogun. They're saying this gang leader. Now from prison, I go to tell you, say, they are counting all my BCO. But with this court now, I can go to Nigeria. Don't worry about this Fusela. Don't worry about these idiots on social media. They know those ones, they are just crickets. Even if they see me one-on-one, and they tell you, majority of them, even if you know now, you know what I mean? You know your modeko for what dano. You know ni bi agbalagba ko fi eyin adìẹ soko soja. Egun oni shile work on baba ko sono nbe ni. Sure you get? So I don't worry about them. The only thing I worry about is say, shall he raise the money with this NBC where they ban everybody? Because when I talk at the talk, I don't beat anybody. When I talk at the talk, I don't beat anybody. So what do you do? Papa, I talk at the talk. Now talk carry me con here. What do you talk? I call Buhari, I call Tinubu. I can't get extra name for him. Jaga bandit, Jaga wiri, Jaga addicti, Ashiwaju awon ole, Ashiwaju awon atole, Ashiwaju awon agberu, Ashiwaju awon gbewiri. Now say those simple names I call them. You, Baba. You look come here. So that kind of a thing. So a court just said that NBC Nigeria cannot fine anybody, any media house in Nigeria because of their views. I like that. I wish Nigeria is a place where that will work. But don't go try them. They grab you. You see, if I enter Nigeria airport and they come hold me, say I know my right. I know my right. According to NBC versus the people versus 19, 20, 25, oh, take you come up for this public. Everybody wait there, they give you leave, Abi. You they say you know law, Abi. Move. What did he do? Let him go. Maiyegun, we are with you. We support you. Anything they want to do, we are with you. Say, don't worry. They go know if they deal with you or they don't deal with you. I'm going to take you come up for this public. You go no. Maybe you know law. And I know Nigeria very well. So the best is just to make sure say you hold your hair. Because now there they go the target. They go slap you sometimes, You feel they realize there's something in your head where they ring. Like ringing tone. Something like this iPhone ringing tone. Bah! If you ring, they go ask, if they ring, you talk, say, they quiet, you don't hear anything. They give you another one. You go hear them. I've been there. Sure, you get me now. So by the time they do all of that, by the time all of you go see my face, say, the kneeling down of a mother. The kneeling down of a mother, oh, ikunle abiyamo, oh. Maiyegun ba kilo se so jale ni. Say no any. Wetin go do for Nigeria? Kilo una nwambe. Now me they tell you say I told you so. Before you go use, I told you so. Maiyegun. It go take time. So don't think about that for now. So I don't have that in my mind and all that. But anyway, I just thought you should know. You don't want anybody to start saying that Ekunle Abia. And I know some women, yeah, they will Ekunle Abia more. The kneeling down of a mother. You beat a man like this, you beat him like this. God will judge you. God no go judge them. They go beat me. They will constantly do live for them. Do us live video. Yeah, sit down. Let's set a stage for you. I know they call Nigeria. Now that you have a drug dealer, a drug baron, man call Nigeria, they come back. They put me into one room. Come bring out condo, say my bend down. Oh yeah, well for your cloth. Yeah, how many times you spend in Nigeria? How many days? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Off your cloth. Please, mister, please off your clothes. Off my clothes, Bawo. What did I do? You spent, how many days did you spend in Lagos? 3 weeks. 3 weeks in Lagos. 3 weeks in Nigeria. You spent 3 weeks. Off your trouser. Sir, why are you putting on gloves? We need to check your anus. With what? With this condo. Kuku avoid Nigeria. Later. It's like when you have all this, what they call reunion. You know when they say family reunion? Old school mate reunion. Secondary school, mostly secondary school. When they say, let us come and do reunion, after 20 years of leaving secondary school, we just need to come back and come and do reunion together. So somebody now said, it's a joke. Somebody said, I know they go any reunion. I say, why? It's for our mates. Everybody has grown up and everybody's got family. We need to, we always come together. They said 20 kids cannot play together for 20 years. So even if we break within that 20 years, even if we break apart for a while, we can come back and say, Baba, stop it, Jare Maiyegun. You want to go there, we check who don't make them and who never make them. Baba, I need that. Go to school reunion. We can't check who don't make them, who don't make them. Who should we pity? And who should we kind of hail? And all, Baba, if we don't meet again in this life, we go meet again for heaven. I know they do school reunion. So I'm not saying that if you and I don't meet again for this life for Nigeria, say na heaven. I'm just saying, I no get business there. Until I do, we'll go to greet ourselves from far. Drug dealer with Boko Haram. I can't go test the underground, the DSS for doing nothing, for telling you that these guys are going to, what they are going to do to you. So that you can then see my face and say, Ekunle Abia. Can't they use me this laugh, Abi? No. Anyway, I'm going to take calls. I plan to. So now I am going to ask everyone on MaiyegundsDiary Politico on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, if you're still watching, you can still like this broadcast. Okay, like it, subscribe, share it. I won't go make tea. See, I've got almost a full cup here, but it's cold. It's not good. I'll see you. So don't go anywhere. Like this, and I will come back and take a few calls. Okay.
Continue. 70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
It is smoke Igbo. Mami.
Hello.
How are you, ma?
Gbogbo oore tó adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ náà, oore tó ń ṣe ò ní gbàbí o.
Àmín ma, àmín.
Lórúkọ Jésù, oore ló fi ń ṣe fún gbogbo Nàìjíríà, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kán gbọ́n. Gbogbo àwọn tí gbogbo ṣe bí atótó oore tó ń ṣe. Èyí tó téèyàn tó ń tún níjojúmọ́ gan pa. Ó ní iye grams wọ́n máa gbé kúrò nínú wéètì èèyàn.
Wọ́n ti ní mi ò lè sanra mọ́, èmi náà ti gbà kámú.
Oore ló ṣe. Mo bá wù wọn kan gbọ́, tó bá wù wọn kan má gbọ́. Ṣé ẹni tó fẹ́ di president, ẹni tí ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ kó correct. Sórí mi gbogbo àtijọ́ tí mo ti fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀, mo ti fẹ́ tí mi ò rí ẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Mi lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ gbogbo oore àti ti princess gbogbo 30% ṣe ìtẹ́ tún fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹni mò ń gbọ́ ni mò ń kò síjọ́ náà ni. Gbogbo nǹkan táwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń sọ, mo rí pé wọ́n ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ reasonable tó ń mú gbogbo àwa táwa ní ìjọ Temple of Truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Tó ń lọ síwájú fún ọ̀rọ̀ fún Nàìjíríà àti fún gbogbo wa. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló kúkú ń ṣe. Ọlọ́run adé san ẹlẹ́san rere. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹlẹ́nà máa ṣe lólu ọmọ. In the name of Jesus, they will lead nations. You will not borrow láìláà tí wàá tọ́ màtá ọmọdọ́mọ ẹ̀. You will lend to nations. Àtàrà ọmọdọ́mọ ẹ̀, you will lend to nations. Pípẹ́ tó bá robi rẹ̀. Ibi àwọn níbí máa bá ọ. Torí ó tẹ̀ ní dé báwọn tẹ̀sí gbogbo rádaràda ò ní mọ́ rádaràda. Ò ní mọ́ rádaràda àwọn ọmọ ò ní mọ́ rádaràda ìrìn ò ní mọ́ rádaràda ìyàwó ò ní mọ́ rádaràda. Búburú ò kì í gbà kó gbọ́dọ̀ gbẹ̀yìn olóore. Oore ló ń ṣe. Oore ló ń ṣe. Mi ìfẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹjọ́ láti ilẹ̀. Èmi ni pé kí n sá máa gbàdúrà. Káwa sá máa gbàdúrà ni. Gbogbo tó ń sọ fún ọlọ́njẹ́ kan gbọ́. Ọlọ́njẹ́ kan gbọ́. Gbogbo ìgbà tó ń fi gbọ́rọ̀ mi yẹn, mo sick. Ẹ̀sọ́ Ọlọ́run ti ṣe. Ara mi ti yá. Àwọn ọmọ tí mo dẹ̀sẹ̀ kan wá síbí. Àwọn kan ti dé. Àwọn kan tún máa dé láìpẹ́. So, o ṣe o.
Ẹ̀kọ́ ara ya àwọn ọmọ. Kẹ mọ́ra lé ní o. Ètò ṣì wà wájú wa yóò ṣì pọ̀ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, mo ti lose 2 kilograms. So, mo dópin. Mo lọ listen jojúmọ́ mo listen. Mi lè ṣe kí n má listen.
God bless you. God bless you. Nice one, Thank you so much, ma. Yes, ma. So, Mama called in to just show appreciation, to show how much she enjoys listening to Maiyegun, and she prays that she hopes that those who actually need this message, especially in Nigeria, they get to listen to it. She's more like, I really, really hope that those who need this message will listen to them and they will act on them. Well, I think everybody was enjoying themselves when they were laughing and all that. The Empress and Jaja, thank you very much, okay? The line to call is on your screen, and that is a +44079 6063 and 1010. So you can speak to me directly, all right? And you can add yours, okay? I don't have any animosity against any of them. If they were not acting or they are not participating in what is going to directly and indirectly affect me, and this is my only way of saying, listen, you can say no to what is bad. You don't have to take it. Yes, the condition of rejecting what is bad sometimes can be unpalatable. That is, they're not really so smooth. They're not kind of encouraging. Sure, I pray God will protect you. I will hope that all these bad people will not come, because it is not palatable. But it is always worth it. You should try it. Do not let anybody cover you through this mad political correctness. They do that all the time. You think they care about you? No, they don't. They want you to stop talking. They want you to stop asking questions. And they will tell you they care about you. Shut up your mouth. Hey, watch your mouth. No, they don't. If anything has to happen to you in the process of you keeping quiet, they will deny you or even blame you in that. I have learned that. So I choose to speak out. And I want to encourage others too as well. Hello there.
Maiyegun.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Thank you for your sermon every day by day.
Thanks for your support, sir.
Yes, yesterday was fire for fire. From hand
we had Mama H.O. or more. Everybody
Mama
is asking for her.
Mama was on top of it.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for her.
I was laughing all through.
I know. I didn't prepare for her. I wasn't ready. I know. But it was a good one.
We don't have much to say. We've been saying the same thing. It's just like when we say this is how the country is supposed to be. If the country is good, if everything is going on the way it's supposed to be going on, you won't be here talking about Nigeria. You're talking about something different. You might be a motivational speaker, talk about something different entirely. You see, like we've been saying, our religious leaders have failed us in so many ways. I'm a Muslim, but I stopped going to mosque or go to anywhere to pray since last year. You know why?
Why?
The Imam gets on the pulpit. He was talking about politics, and the next thing that come out of his mouth was everybody to go out there to go and vote for Tinubu. To be honest with you, and asking what his own personal interest about voting for a Yoruba man. You say an Igbo man is not supposed to be. You're not going to leave your Yoruba man
you can't leave your Yoruba brother man and go and vote for an Igbo man. That's what they were saying.
I normally go there with my children when I go to mosque. When I go there with them, so in the middle of that conversation, I stood up and raised my hand. I said, "You are not a man of God, because that's not what you're supposed to preach on that temple. You must be drunk. You must be high on something." And may Almighty Allah forgive you, because you don't promote what Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam tell you to promote. And I walk away. That was the last time I ever visited mosque.
That particular mosque.
And that is on the other side. If I want the obedience to keep their temple, maybe something good is going to come out of the judiciary. But I personally have lost interest in that country. You know why?
Tell us.
I was in Nigeria this December / January. I have the same problem now. I was minding my business, driving my own. And this Elon's boy just come from nowhere. Then he took all my mirror out. So I was expecting him to stop now. It was a one-way street, but he was speeding on the Talking Road. In Ikorodu. Then I had to
going to Ikorodu.
I was like, going in Ikorodu, going towards Jebu now.
Right.
Then I was like, what happened? The guy's supposed to stop. He didn't stop, so I took off. By the time I chased him, I stopped the guy. Could you believe in that bus? The bus, they wrote Ogun State Judiciary.
Ogun State Judiciary.
On the side of the bus. That means the people in that bus, they are lawyers. Okay, you driver, come out. So you don't see the way the guy drives. You're supposed to caution him. If you're going to die, everybody's going to die in this thing now. These people were telling me to get out of there, blah, blah, blah. I was so upset. So the said, I don't know when this anger come off me. I was just punching the driver. That you need to come out and see what you've done wrong. So before you know it now, I took the bus. Everybody went to the station. To my knowledge, the other lawyer inside that bus just went and talked to the DPO. Before you know it, I was locked up. So they did not even find out what happened. How did it get to the point that I was fighting the driver? But because they've looked me, okay, they will not be able to get money from this lawyer, but they can get something from this guy. Lock him up. I become the victim. So I now ask the DPO, what is the reason why you asked me to go at the back of the counter? Because before it gets to that point, something led to it. He said, no, we don't have to ask you nothing. If you're not going to do what we ask you to do, we're going to charge you to court tomorrow. You can imagine. So I look at it, I say, so you guys call yourself a lawyer. You are nothing but a certified liar. Certified liar. Because the guy did something wrong. Because I took the law out of my hands now. And
so what happened for that the driver as well being punished for that reckless driving? Like,
did they do anything? Him there, they told me I need to take the guy to the hospital. I did.
So
I had to pay the guy another 100,000 naira for beating him. So
you had to pay the guy, and the guy had to forgive you before the police now let you go.
Oh yes, that's exactly what they did to me. And after that, now I had to pay to get myself out of there. Then I look at it, I said, this is just nothing but cheating. And we expect this. So in that aspect, our legislator and the executive here is messed up. So in my own case, like I told you, Nigeria can never be better because every single individual,
so everybody is trying to take advantage of another.
Everybody
like dog eats dog.
Looking for one way to get advantage of.
Sir, that is why I use that analogy. The analogy of crabs.
There's no reason why
crabs in a bucket.
Or whatever they call it. Now we see Tinubu as the savior. The man that turned a school to a TV station. And you think he's going to care about your education? You are joking. You are joking.
Thank you so much, Baba.
Let
me take another one.
Thank you so much, Maiyegun.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless you.
And you too.
Continue doing what you know how to do best.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Baba,
you
for the support as well. Thank you. So, if you are still watching, how did we have about 30,000 of us on YouTube earlier, and only 900, even 800 have been able to pay their offering? Come on, be nice, please. Hello there.
Oh no.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I don't pay my own. I don't pay my dues.
God bless you, as you did, Baba. How are you?
I'm okay.
Brilliant.
The meaning of a mother. Oh.
Share you get, Baba. And how do you explain that to people who don't understand Yoruba? The kneeling down of a mother.
Buhari the single.
I mean, we can't go too raw sometimes. Though once in a while we go raw. It's only but you can't do that all the time.
My.
Baba?
God bless you, sir, man.
Amen.
God bless you, man.
Too.
God bless you. God bless you, man. No, honestly, they said once beaten, twice shy. Now, we already started the pattern again. He hasn't been sworn in yet. He's been visiting abroad, or what do you call it? Going for medical visits, like somebody going to the bathroom. I mean, but you've been shaking now. We can't find a healthy man. We can't find a healthy man that can, handle this matter. In fact, this is ridiculous. And Nigerians, Nigerians, they don't really care. Do you know? Somebody came to this show sometimes ago saying that
they don't understand it fully. They don't understand it fully. So now, what you understand, you go care. But everybody is busy trying to find what they go eat tomorrow morning. Some of them are gone to bed tonight hungry. They have no idea where tomorrow morning food is going to come from. Or wait, let's wake up tomorrow first. How do you explain? Or how do you get them to sit and actually think that the reason why things are going to remain like this is because of their choices? How? Everybody won't eat. So anything with food.
I just finished talking to my brother in Nigeria maybe an hour ago. And I said I'm going to listen to Maiyegun and I'm going to let him go. And he said, why am I bothering myself? Why am I troubling myself that the money that I'm using to listen to Maiyegun, I should send it to him to buy data? I said, it looks like we that we live in abroad. We that we live in abroad. Or Nigeria Nigeria. We that we live in abroad, we are much more concerned about Nigeria than you people who wakes up in that country every day. So that means if you see them, an average Nigerian doesn't even know. They don't even know what is normal, what is not normal, what is normal, what is not abnormal. What is abnormal anymore. They just, I don't know. This is a pattern again. It's already started.
It's going to be another journey. If they swear call you in, and he's able to muzzle the court and keep himself there, it is nobody's, what do you call it? You're not spiting anybody. Now everybody go collect. People will vote for Buhari, those who didn't. Now everybody they collect right now. But others are just living in denial. Don't be so.
You know what Bible says about oppressions?
Tell us.
He said, your people that oppresses you, he said, I will feed them with their own flesh. He said they will be drunk of their own blood. So everybody that wants to suppress this voice of yours, that wants to oppress your voice, number one, they will be fed by their own personal flesh.
Amen to that.
And they will be drunk they will be drunk of their own blood like a sweet wine.
Amen.
That's what is going to happen to them.
Because that will be their choice.
No, this is Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Just like the handwritten now is everywhere.
I know. Anyway, Baba.
Let me let you go.
More they take us small like that before our time finally runs out. Thank you so much, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know who is more funny. Myself, who coined all these names, or many of you are trying to repeat them, and it's always crackling somehow. Like you just, Hello there. Oh, I did take one call. I don't know why it's not connected. So let's check. Hey, sorry, I think I lost that call. I got another one. Anyway. Hello there.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening, bro.
Good evening. How you do? How do you do? How are you doing?
I'm okay. This is my first time watching your program.
No
I'm
way.
enjoying it.
First time of watching or first time of calling?
First time of watching and calling.
Wow. And you got kind of like into it that you feel like calling in. I like that. So what's going on?
Yeah, I feel like calling.
Tell me, what made you call tonight?
I'm okay. It's my first time, so I had to call and say I'm liking the good job.
Thanks, man. Well, so that means is there, the first impression they say will last long. We met today, and you kind of fancy the platform today already. I like that.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
That's brilliant. And I hope you've actually subscribed as well. There are more, and it's pretty much always like this. Well, not always like this.
Of course.
Sometimes
I'm hitting the subscribe button.
Right. Thanks so much, Baba. Do you want to add anything at all? You just want me to know that I have just found a new friend, which is you.
Not really. I'm just looking forward to on the 17th May for the court.
Right, yeah, John Tribunal.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be like next week at Thursday. I'm not so sure. I'm so terrible with using this 7 days counting. Okay, but it is gonna be 17th, and 17th is 7 days from today. So and that should be on Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, we all look forward to it, Baba. Thank you so much. Enjoy your stay. Continue enjoying yourself, and do not miss any. Right? It's always worth it.
I'm not missing.
I promise.
All right.
Yeah, man. Thank you. So now I have a new friend that I failed to ask his name. I bet I will remember the voice, and next time I'll ask the name. Hello there.
Yes, my brother.
Osita.
One
name. You see, I'm now. Now that I'm looking at, I'm actually like, usually, right? I usually picture you. And then I just look at an image when you're talking. And with that image, I just kind of put that face on. Now that I've unmasked Osita, it's pretty much interesting now. I feel like you're sitting in front of me. How do you do, Baba?
I am good. Practically good and mentally good.
As usual. Please.
Yeah. So, as regards to what we were saying yesterday, I couldn't round up with what I was trying to say.
Oh.
But I think I can continue here.
Of course you can. Please.
Yeah. So, talking about our elders, and I'm going to link it with the traditional rulers in Nigeria. I want us to understand something, that we have followed our elders and we have followed our elders all this while. And believe me, we seem never to get it right, because they never get it right. Because their generation is a generation of all right, sir.
That's right.
Even when they are dying in the hands of their mates. Because our fathers are the same age with the same people. So there was one of our mommy that called in yesterday. I want people to understand something, and I want her to understand this thing. We all have all these people, bad people. We have them as fathers. We have them as uncles. It's not as if we have killed them in our house. in our various families, in our various homes. We've not killed them. But what we are saying is that we want to detach ourselves from them.
That's right.
Dissociate our ideology from there. That how long will we continue to say, oh, tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow? The hope of tomorrow is today. Your tomorrow depends on how today is. You cannot wipe away today and say because of there is tomorrow. It's not going to happen. So we are not disrespecting them if they think that what we are doing is that we are disrespecting them. That's for their own good. But we are not disrespecting them. But what we are saying is that it is our own prerogative, our responsibility to navigate our own ship.
Yes.
Our own ship represents what our tomorrow is going to look like. They have lived here. Go and look at pre-independence. All these guys that we are talking about, Obafemi Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Sagana, all those guys. How old were they when they made all those movements?
They were in their 20s, they're in their 30s, so honestly.
They were in their 20s, in their 30s. Gowon became a head of state as a bachelor.
That's right.
Everybody knows. And at the end of the day, you are now asking us to see them again. That is evil. You're not going to eat your own and eat another person's own. That is evil. No matter what.
You beat Pekin. You tell us in the cry. How could you be that wicked?
Yes.
You beat Pekin and you talk saying they cry. What do you expect? You should be laughing.
Look at that one that said it's on your vision. That one, his only achievement in that particular school, his only achievement is to marry and marry and marry and marry and marry. That's the only achievement he has. Then for you to come out...
Let me tell you another achievement, yeah? They have tried enough to try to blackmail Yorubas and say, hey, is it because no. We know who these guys are for real, okay? Is also, let's assume that is going to get coverage, and somehow, it is the compromise that the likes of Tinubu has on him. And Oba, who is involved in Omonile, what do they call that thing again? That land, they have a name for them, all these criminals who are selling one land to 10 people, 20 people.
The land grabbers.
Land grabbers.
Land grabber.
Sure you get. So somehow, yeah, we believe that is the compromise that Buhari has on name. Because if not, we didn't expect a young Oni, somebody who is a young Oba, which means it comes from this generation, to fall flat that way. Yeah? Under a Buhari. A lot of us didn't expect that, but when you have Oni or Fife, that his own case file is at the EFCC office for land grabbing and selling people's land, collecting big money from people and never give them land. But I say, Yoruba man, Maiyegun, shut up, your man, don't say that in public. Really? I shouldn't in public.
So
I should talk about others in... So come on. That's part of his legacy.
I wonder. So this is what we are saying. So what we are saying is nobody is disrespecting anybody and nobody is killing their father. But what we are saying is that let them step aside. This fight is not for them. It is our own fight. If they fought to get the independence, it is our own time to claim what rightly belongs to us. So this nation is not working. Everybody's saying it. We only have one alternative. Is we either break it up, or the other alternative, you go back to the regional government, and which that one I know it's not going to work.
That's right.
So it's better we break it up. Now, again, I do not know if you watch Dele Parotini, Dr. Dele Parotini, God bless that man. His recent this thing in America.
Oh, I did. I played that yesterday. I did play it yesterday. You said you didn't join us early, you remember? But it was actually what I used in starting the program. It was an interesting presentation. Yes, I remember. We kind of seen it.
You saw exactly what he said. I would not lie to you. That is the syndrome what we are actually facing in Africa. The only thing I tell people is that, and I keep saying it on this program, if you're waiting for America, if you're waiting for Britain, Europe, the Western world to come and save you,
they are not coming.
It is never going to work.
No.
It is never going to work. That is one of the places I had an issue with IPOB there. They were depending on Donald Trump. They were going out there, they were praying that Donald Trump should not. But Donald Trump actually sold Tucano jet to Buhari. He sold it to them. He gave it to them. But there is a chapter that says in that particular contract, if you are going to use it internally to fight people in your country, they are not going to sell it.
Not going to give
That's
you
what
approval,
they do.
Thank you very much, Osita. I was going to add that in case if you forgot that the same America who gave them the Tucano said they cannot use it.
Exactly.
In fact, it's not internal.
But
They said it cannot be used in Eastern Nigeria. I have that evidence. I have that thing. They said specifically. Because Tucano is to kill the terrorists, right? And they said that this Tucano jet cannot be used in Eastern Nigeria because they know Buhari now.
But at the end of the day, they used it.
They did.
The Western world did not say nothing.
They did.
They said nothing. The truth is, the summary of this subject is, the Western world will always love somebody who they have compromise on, so that they can use him.
Use that on him.
That is the reason. Yes, that is the reason they are keeping quiet. America needs to survive. This British American empire needs to survive this time. And the only way they can survive it is to make sure they have a grip in Africa, which they are losing. And the only way to have a say in Africa is to make sure they control Nigeria. If they can control Nigeria by allowing this evil man, the embodiment, the package, a total package of what is defined as the devil. If they allow this man, this devil, to rule Nigeria, they have an agenda for doing that because they have compromise on him so that they can manipulate him.
And he will give them everything they want for him to sit next to the American president and take pictures. He will give them anything and everything they want.
And at the end of the day, I was telling somebody, look at the way the reason he was not jailed, because they said, oh, he was fighting somebody who is the head of state in Nigeria, a military junta that is not American friend. Everybody knows that Abacha was not friendly to the Western world.
No.
So that was one of the reasons Tinubu did not go to jail.
Yes.
So all these things...
He gave up his friend. People don't talk much about that, Osita. He actually, part of the deal, he gave up his friends and their locations and their activities and everything. People actually went to jail. A lot of people went to jail. That's why he got that deal of $460,000 US. It's a long story.
So that is just the thing. So it is our own fight. Nobody should wait for anybody. Nobody should wait for any external body to come and say to come and say what you need to say.
No, they are not.
Everybody should continue talking. Everybody should continue talking. Maybe one day, even their wives at home will refuse them bed action.
It's really working. I would say, Osita, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my brother.
You bless you, Baba. I'm gonna take Ken. Ken ran away from me yesterday because that's exactly what I'm going to say. That's the verdict. I saw him, then I unseen him again. I didn't see you anymore. Ken.
Hey, Maiyegun, what's up?
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. I said, I saw you yesterday, then you disappeared. And I never saw you. I never see you again.
My dear, I'm sorry that I was at work. I had an emergency. I needed to address it. I was like, okay, you know what? I can always talk to Maiyegun anytime I want.
The other time. And that other time is now.
Yes. Yes. So, yes. How are you? How are you doing? How's the family?
Well, I'm very well. Thanks for asking. You know, as usual. I'm almost done, and that's the night. That's today's episode. So yeah, I'm fine until tomorrow.
Yep. Yesterday, I listened to the madam that was that made her point. I understand where she's coming from.
Mama
I see her
H.O.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she made her point based. I mean, she's an elder. She draw up her point based on her own kind of understanding. I get that, but you know, we are dealing with vampires. Who are these? I mean, these guys don't play with kitchen knives. They play with machete and dangerous weapons. So they are vampires. They are not really willing to let go. So when Mama was saying what she was saying, I agree to some extent. I get her point as an elder. I get it. But you know, you're not going to treat these people with kid gloves.
No.
These vampires. Tinubu, for example, you know, this whole coronation they're going to do on May 20. Now it's already there in the making. It's going to be there. How anybody's going to stop that? Well, like I said, good luck on that. But like Maiyegun, like you always say, do we have a dog in the fight? We don't have a dog in the fight.
No,
we're not there. Yeah, it's on them because what you sow, you reap.
of course.
You decide to give us what you gave us. Give the Nigerian state.
I
Good
did
luck
say
to
it
that.
as well. I said majority of us, because we didn't have any dog in the fight. At the same time, we have psychologically prepared ourselves that we don't expect anything from them. And if a lot of people can also manage their expectation that way, they will likely not be so disappointed. I have seen people with so much disappointment and are breaking news about Nigeria. And I said, you get up on Nigeria. How come you can't get so disappointed? Maiyegun, honestly speaking, and that country can never. I said, why are you reacting like this? So you have been pretending. So you have hope in Nigeria, Abi. Obi lost. Now see how you are reacting. You've been deceiving. Okay, let's do it this way, right? Manage your expectation because you are talking about Nigeria. You know they affect people like me, but many don't understand.
Me too. So and then moving forward, moving away from that, then yesterday when I listened to everybody, I think there's one key thing everybody is not talking about, and that is, look, for crying out loud, you said it over and over again, Maiyegun, that not just because we're going to have to manage your expectations, we already know what is cooking, we know who's coming, all right? So I don't know why anybody in their right frame of mind will expect anything different. This guy that I'm talking about, Tinubu, has already told you guys who he is. Has already told you guys what are his expectations. Somebody who can shut down, who can remove a school and put a media, build a media structure
remove
in the place.
School and put it, put TVC.
Exactly. What expectation are you expecting from this guy? That you think it's not going to be open season? Oh, man, I mean, he's drug lords and the drug on the world drug lords. It's gonna be like a frenzy. I mean, they're gonna be having like a great time. That, man, our guy is really there, man. Game on, game on.
Tom, man, exactly. Season. And they know they miss. They don't miss. Guys don't understand. They don't miss. It's a chance.
So I noticed that some people kind of still think that maybe their expectation from some of the statements I heard are like, come on, guys, look, this guy has already told you his true identity. I don't know how long we're going to be doing back and forth. It really doesn't make any sense. Last, anyway, the last point, let me allow others to get it. Is that, look, I can't wait for him to get in. We're going to be having a few days, really pointing out some of the things this guy, who he is, and who exactly he was before, and before he becomes whatever the president they are giving him. So all I'm just saying now is that I'm waiting and keeping my fingers crossed, waiting for you to give us more juicy
more updates as they come in. Of course, now trust me, you can bank on that. Okay, that you're like, oh, what's he going to tell us tomorrow again? That means that person must be new on MaiyegundsDiary, Politico. We don't run out of any of them as long as they are relevant for you to know. You are welcome. Ken, we will see again tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
And you too. Thank you very much for stopping by. So I am thinking I'm gonna need to take a break, and that break means that I am going to see you again I know I shouldn't stop now, but I am stopping. So I'm going to see everybody some other time. There's this time management and all that. I overshot it last night. So I'm taking a bit of a cut back tonight. That you spent your evening with me today, as usual, means so much to me, just as much as I myself coming on here means so much to so many people as well. So it is like mutual. I appreciate all the evening. I appreciate all the calls, contributions and all that. I have dropped mine. A lot of you listened, you laughed. A lot of people listened and they remained quiet. Whatever this was for you, it's just an opportunity for you to kind of have an idea of what you are getting yourselves into. Now, you can't blame everybody for all of this if you are publicly supporting something that is likely going to end up hurting you. Now, if you have an idea of what this is, even if you can't really change it, you can mentally get yourself ready for something that you have brought upon yourself. And for those who didn't, or would never support them and still very much optimistic enough that they are so hopeful that this is going to remain a nightmare. Consider all of this as a nightmare, bad dream, that they are going to wake up. And when they wake up, it's going to be a better day and better day. I wish all of you well. But in my book, I don't know if I should break it down better or not, or I may never be able to. I will just advise you so simply. Manage your expectation. Those of you who think that exposing the danger of having a sick man with, with act of kleptomaniacs who want to take advantage of whatever they can lay their hands on and steal from you. If telling you about them makes somebody like myself an enemy, that might be the enemy you need, the one that will tell you the truth. Because at the end of the day, you're going to look around and turn around and look here and there and hope that somebody like Maiyegun told you earlier. Because you're not going to likely admit without somebody reminding you the consequences of your choices. We all have our crosses to bear. If praying for Kolu to come back alive, or praying for Buhari to have a better teeth problem, or better teeth solution, whatever it is, I will see you some other time. I'll put it that way. Man, no content to motivational speaker that is wasting his time. I'll see you again. So stay safe and good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.